If anybody doesn't want to be spoken to, just tell me. I don't care. It's just something that... Isn't that nice? I like it. So I'm presenting emotions as a path to spiritual and intuitive awakening, and that's their role. And that as we go through life each day, when we're faced with emotions, that the point is to transform them. Not to suppress them, not to repress them, but to be able to work with the difficult energies that come through and be able to transform them. So in each chapter, I paired emotions together, where I paired fear, how to transform fear with courage. What if you could do it most of the time? What if when fear came to you, you were able to work with it and transform it with courage most of the time? Life would be very different. What if millions of people around the world were all wanting that same goal? It would be a different world. We wouldn't be so seduced by fear. As our challenge is, and it has been the challenge for many millennium, not to be seduced by fear. And as a little girl, I learned a lot about fear and negativity because I had premonitions, and I would pick up things like deaths or illnesses or earthquakes, or suicide. I picked up one suicide of my parents' friend, and never picked up anything happy. I thought at the time somehow I was causing these events, or there was something wrong with me, which wasn't true. It wasn't true, but many children feel that. But what I did learn about fear and negative emotions is that simply on an intuitive level, they're easier to pick up, they're louder, and they're more seductive. It's just a louder signal than inner calm or compassion. It's a more toned down, deeper, different energy. So it just gets your attention more, and most human beings are seduced by it because it's loud, it grabs you, and they go with it. But then in a way you lose, because I've been really fascinated with freedom, and freedom is something very important to me, and it's freedom from the inside. I don't want to be bogged down by a lot of anger, fear, worry, or resentments that I have every right to hold on to. That's not where I want to be. I want to be, as years go on and I get older and older, I want to get lighter and lighter. It's different. It's a different way of being. And what attracts me and why I wanted to write this book was because I'm constantly working with emotions as a practice to clear them in myself, so that little by little every day, it's very important to me to clear them. And as time goes on and as I get closer to death, the great transition, I want to be as light as possible when I go. And so I can feel that freedom in myself, and that's what I want to transmit to you in terms of how to find it. And so I pair how to transform fear with courage, how to transform frustration with patience, how to transform loneliness with connection. And I presented each emotion from a biological point of view so that you could harness the biology of the emotions, the spirituality of the emotions, which is why am I feeling depressed, and how can this open my heart, and how can this help me grow? What is the purpose of it? As opposed to, there's something wrong with me because I'm depressed. To be able to ask that question from a growth perspective in spirituality, and how can depression help me find hope? So I paired them together because it's an alchemy, the alchemy of emotions, being able to transform what is one thing, depression, into hope, trying to find light in darkness. Always trying to generate the light, even if there's no light around. These are all really spiritual skills, and emotions can help you get there, very much so. And then I also talk about the energy of emotions, because in the body, over the years, the emotions get stuck in various body parts and various organs. And Candace Pert, who is just such a wonderful researcher, talks a lot about that, how the molecules of emotion, and how in the tissues and in the bodies the emotions are there. And so it's important, as you're working with emotions, to know the energy of each emotion and be familiar with how it feels in your body, so that you can work with it so it doesn't gather steam. You want it to nip it in the bud. You want to say, aha, there it is. Let me work with it to deal with it and transform it. And also, I don't know if any of you have had this experience where you're having a massage, suddenly an emotion will come up, or you'll have a memory or some kind of breakthrough, That's the emotion breaking through in the energetic body and in the tissues and in the muscles. You know, it's very exciting, and oftentimes I recommend, as people are really going through this emotional freedom process, of having body work, either energy work or body work, or literally getting into the muscles so that you can get, you know, a lot of the old emotions out of the body. So there's a somatic component, and you don't want to hold on to anything. You want your body to feel good. You want your body to be light and flexible. And so that's part of looking at emotions, is that. Looking at the energy of it too. And then I have a chapter on dreams.